Snapping Craw. Great dead drift pattern. It's actually what it's designed for, straight dead drift. I'm using a TMC 2312 right now in a size 8, the natural bend. First thing I'm going to do is tie on a big clump of pheasant tails about the length of the hook shank. It's going to act as our kind of our feelers and whatnot up there. Snip them off. So now we're just going to add some brown crystal flash. We're going to make it a little bit longer than the pheasant tail that we added in there. Kind of act as some antennae. Alright, get that in. Next step's going to be adding a small strip of olive furry foam. We're going to tie it in coming off the back. We're just going to flip it over here in a second. Then we're going to add a small chunk of medium-sized red wire. Color of the wire doesn't matter. It's just something I had laying around. And then I'm going to add in a little bit of ginger hackle. And I normally tie in the hackle from the front and go back, but for this pattern we're going to tie it in on the back. After we have that hackle tied in, I'm just going to make a small tuft of light gray ice dub in the back here. Get that in. I'm going to add some mono eyes. The original recipe has red. All I have laying around the store is black, so we're going to make black work. I'm just going to tie these in on top just like I would a pair of lead eyes. So once I get those tied in, I'm going to add in some more gray ice dub and just wrap it up just a little bit. Make a figure 8 over these eyes here. And it's going to be kind of messy, but that's fine. I'm going to rib palmer forward my hackle just for a second here, because then I'm going to add in some more pheasant tail to act as my legs. So now I'll just take a couple chunks of pheasant tail, tie them in on the sides, and you can make your claw length as long as you want or as short as you want. Just make sure that you make them even, both the same length. I like mine. I used a little bit more pheasant tail fibers than the actual pattern does. I like mine to have a little bit bigger claws, looks a little bit more spread out in the water. And then I'm going to tie in some sexy floss over the top of each of those. Just to add a little profile to the leg. Put that in there. And this leg wants to wrap funny on me. Try to twist it around. That's alright. Alright, now I'm just going to kind of pull back my hackle here. Got my fibers kind of caught in there. It's alright. Now I'm just going to dub the rest of the body with light gray ice dub. And this can be pretty messy. Doesn't have to be exact by any means. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Wrap back up. And then palm it back down. And now I'm gonna continue to make a couple of wraps forward with my hackle here. You don't want to get too thick with the hackle. This just imitates kind of a set of legs. And then I'm going to take my furry foam. Actually, first let's trim the top of this. Get it nice and flat. And then take my furry foam, fold it over, and tie it in with my offhand here. But what I'm going to do is just trim this up front a little bit. And I actually tied this in a size smaller than the ones we sell in the store. I like fishing the little baby on the dead drift. And now, just to finish this fly, all I'm going to do is rib my wire forward. Tie down this furry foam. Sneak it behind the eye. Take a little time here and be careful and make sure you don't get your materials caught up in here. Once I get it all the way to the front here, we're just going to tie it off. Snip. And then whip. And that's the Snapping Craw. Probably my favorite dead drift crayfish pattern out there.